I am your host, Melinda, and thank you for joining Mystery Loves Company. And today I am going to tell you a story that is actually a personal story of my own. We are going to be doing a segment where we have our listeners write in and tell us their stories, and we will put them on here if they want their story told. So I am just getting that started with my own personal story. And I'm going to tell you, when I was a child, I always felt different entities. And I mean, it all seemed normal because it's always just been that way. Until I was probably a preteen, and then things started getting a little bit spooky, a little bit scary. And then when I was 14 years old, I made the dumbest decision of my entire life. 100% the dumbest decision of my life. I went to my best friend Tiffany's house, and we decided, because we were super bored and super dumb and just idiots, we decided to pull out a Ouija board. Well, this was quite literally the worst thing that could have ever happened in my entire life. And everything seemed to be going fine at first. We were asking, all the silly questions like, does he love me? Who's thinking about me? Just all the silly girl stuff, and just giggling and, oh my gosh, he loves me, I'm so excited. And then it turned into you moved it, talking about the planchette, right? And so then we asked who we were speaking with, and we both just slightly took our hands off the planchette to see who was actually moving it. And the name that came back was Sam. And this was funny because neither of us knew a Sam. And so we were just like, okay, that's a random name. Don't know why that name was chosen. And so we asked, are you dead? And the answer comes back, yes. So after that, we asked, why are you here? And it says, to protect you. So both of us are like, oh, okay. So we ask, protect us from what? And all it would say is, it's coming. At this point in time, Tiffany and I, we're both shitting our pants, and we both get terrified. We stop playing, and we just sit there, like, completely in silence for a couple of hours. And finally we decide we're going to bed. So we put the Ouija board underneath Tiffany's bed. And I feel like I just need to mention, I'm sleeping on the trundle. So essentially, I'm right next to the Ouija board. Like, it's underneath the bed, and the trundle comes out from underneath the bed and just slightly off the floor, and there's the Ouija board right in my eyeballs. And which was a little wonky. But the worst part of all of it is her room is covered in porcelain dolls. Covered in porcelain dolls. No freaking thank you. I have always had a massive, massive fear of porcelain dolls. They freak me out. They scare me. Their eyeballs follow you all over the place. It's like they're always watching you. And I did not sleep. I did not sleep that night next to the Ouija board and surrounded by dolls that kill you in your sleep. It was horrible. So, had a horrible night. Next morning, we go upstairs to have breakfast, and my mom was on her way to pick me up. And we come back downstairs so I can grab my things, and all of a sudden, we see the Ouija board back out on the basement floor. And it's opened up, ready to play. And I get pissed off, because I'm thinking that Tiffany's trying to scare me. And she's pissed off, because she's thinking I'm trying to scare her. And we argued about this back and forth for a little while, instead of, being like, oh, I'm going to run back up those stairs, because ultimately, that's 100% probably what my logical brain now would do. Oh, no, I'm going to run back upstairs. But instead, I decided to argue with my friend. And finally, my mom gets there, and we go home. So the next night, I'm laying in bed, and at this point in time, I shared a room, not only a room, but I shared a bed with my little sister Cammie. She's 1 year younger than I am. And we're just laying there, and all of a sudden I get this kind of eerie feeling that makes me look over at my sister. And she is just staring. Like, she's staring so intently at me, and it is such a disgusting, gross stare. And I'm just like, Cammie, what's your problem? And she didn't say anything. And I'm like, Cammie, what the hell is your problem? Like, why are you looking at me like that? And still zero response. Like, she's not even blinking. And so then at this point, I get freaked out a little bit, and I'm ready to go down and tell my mom that Cammie is completely catatonic and there's something wrong with this girl. And all of a sudden she sits up and like takes a breath, and she was just like, oh my God, Mindy, that was crazy. And I looked at her, I'm like, what the hell was crazy other than the fact that I literally almost just punched you in your face? And she says, Mindy, I just had the biggest urge to kill you. And I stand there for a second. I stare at her and I said, well, thank you for not. And she goes, no, you don't understand. Like, this was real. And she goes, and the feeling was so strong that I didn't think that I was going to be able to fight this urge. I literally thought I was going to kill you. And I was just like, Jesus, what the hell? Why? And then as we're just discussing it, and then all of a sudden she's like, Mindy, there's somebody here. Oh. Okay, so then I'm looking around the room as if I'm going to be able to see this somebody that's here. And I'm like, okay, who's here? And she goes, I don't know who it is. It's a man. And then she says, he says his name is Sam. At that point in time, I'm terrified. Like, I am shitting bricks because I did not tell my sister what had transpired at Tiffany's house. I did not tell her about the Ouija board because in my house, a Ouija board is a no-go zone. Like, absolutely not, no way, no ifs, ands, or buts. We couldn't listen to satanic music. We couldn't watch satanic movies, other than the time that my dad was sent to rent us a movie and we asked for The Exorcist and he brought it to us. And, well, mom lost her shit on that. He didn't know. But, yeah, it was just an absolute no. And my little sister could not keep a secret from my mom. No matter how hard she tried, she could not keep a secret. And so I knew that had I told Cammie that I had played the Ouija board, she would have told my mom. I would have been in trouble, and I never would have been able to go over to Tiffany's house again. Like, I had already played this out in my brain. So I'm freaking out because she doesn't know about Sam. She doesn't know about the Ouija board. And so she says, his name is Sam. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she goes, Mindy, he's not the only one here. There's somebody else here. And I said, oh, who else is here? She goes, I don't know. Sam says, sorry, I get the goosebumps. She said, Sam says that he is here to protect you. And I was like, what the hell? He had said that the other night. And I said, okay. And she said, when you and Tiffany played the Ouija board the other night, you let something in. And I said, no, I did not. And she's like, she said, yes, you let something in and it is here. And Sam is here to protect you. And he says that as long as he is here, you are safe. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay. So then I'm laying in bed next to my sister, who's quiet, and I'm just laying there contemplating, like, what kind of fuckery did I just do to my life? What did I do? And how do I get out of it? How do I fix this? And I'm pretty sure it was probably like an hour and a half or so went by. And Cammie looks at me and she said, Sam's gotta go. And I said, I'm sorry, what? Isn't Sam the only thing that's keeping you from wanting to kill me? And she said, Tiffany needs him and he will be back and you are safe for now. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. All right. So Cammie lays there, super calm. I have no idea how. I climb up in my windowsill and smoke one of the cigarettes that I had stolen from my mom. I guess we've already established I was the rebel child, as you know, I am the one that broke all the rules, playing the Ouija board, watching satanic movies, listening to satanic music. Not that it was satanic, like it was just metal, but my mom thought it was satanic. Whatever, I digress. But I was the rebel child, so I am smoking a cigarette out of my bedroom window, wondering why in the hell my little sister is so freaking calm. Like, we should have been freaking out. In my mind, like, we should have been freaking out, like crying and talking about everything that had just transpired, but no, super calm. She just lays there, cool as a cucumber, not a problem in the world, nothing disrupted her night at all. And then it dawns on me, Tiffany. I grab my phone because, okay, this is pre-cell phone. And this is probably about 1997, not to age myself, but yes, I was about 14 in 1997. And I had a cordless phone in my bedroom. And so I grab my phone and I start calling Tiffany on repeat. She's not answering the phone. And so I'm starting to panic. And at this point in time, I'm like contemplating, do I run downstairs and risk stealing another one of Mom's smokes? What do I do? Like, I'm antsy and I'm dancing around the room, freaking out. And then my phone rings. And literally my heart jumped out of my chest and flew right up my ass. And this happened for two reasons. Reason number one, I was totally freaked out, obviously. And the phone rang and it scared me. Reason number two, the phone rang. It's after 9 o'clock at night. If our phone was ringing after 9 o'clock at night, like, somebody better have been dying. And so luckily my phone gets like a half a ring before the downstairs phone rings. So I hurry up, I answer it as fast as I can, hoping that my mom did not get up. Success. Mom didn't wake up. She didn't hear the phone ring. So I'm on the phone. It's Tiffany. And she's sobbing. She's crying so hard that I can't even understand her. So I'm trying to get her calm. And finally, when she can speak words, she told me that her stepbrother had just attacked her. And I would like to note that her and her stepbrother have a very, very, very close relationship. Like, he's not really her stepbrother. He's her brother, right? But very close relationship. And so she said that she watched his face change and then his eyes went blank and then he just attacked. And she said that she was trying to fight, get him off of her, and she couldn't. She said he was way too strong. I couldn't fight him off. And then all of a sudden, her brother flew across the room. Really have goosebumps on my head. But her brother flew across the room. And she's just like, I have no idea what's taking place. I don't know how he flew across the room. I don't know why he attacked me. What the hell is happening? And so then I told her what had just transpired at my house. And at that point in time, we both swore off the Ouija board, never to play it again. And I think a few years later, she actually ended up giving it away. And, you know, Tiffany and I, we talked about that night a couple of times, but we didn't really like to discuss it because it was just probably one of the worst nights of our lives. And so then Cammie, my sister, she's laying there sleeping. Totally fine, sleeping. But I would like to note that she sleeps with her eyes rolled back and halfway open. And when she was a kid, she snored so loud. Anyway, so she was a creepy sleeper already. And so I'm watching baby sis, trying to make sure she's not going to come after me with any sharp objects. And she's got her eyes all rolled back in her head and everything. And I'm just like, Jesus, what the hell am I living? Like, this is insane to me. And after, like, and she never woke up. Like, she just stayed there asleep, totally fine, no problems. And Cammie and I never ever spoke about this situation, and I just thought that we had like an understanding where it was a terrifying night. Neither of us ever wanted to relive it, and so we just didn't speak about it. Apparently, I was wrong, because about a month ago, I brought it up to Cammie. She doesn't remember. She doesn't remember. And I'm just like, what do you mean you don't remember that you wanted to kill me? Like, you don't remember like these entities in our room? Nothing? And she's like, Mindy, I would think I would remember if I wanted to kill you. Like, I think I would remember this situation. She doesn't remember it at all. And so all my brain can come up with is baby sis was possessed, and like the MIB came and flashy thinged her in her face and erased her memories. Like, I have no idea. I don't know how she doesn't remember it, but it was the most terrifying night of my entire life. And so now that I'm an adult, I look back on this and I'm just like, I did so many things wrong, and I'm a little more educated now, I think. Maybe I'm not, I don't know. But since I played this Ouija board, I have always kind of felt like a darkness follow me, and I don't know if that's just like my own brain doing that to myself, or if there's still something kind of following me around. So I probably should look into that, maybe even do something about that, because it'd be really cool to get rid of that feeling. Anyway, I digress. This video has already been made once already. I recorded it with my sister Angie and sent it over to my producer, and she's trying to do her editing. Video messes up and the voice goes roar as soon as I start talking about who is in my room. So then she sends me this. She's like, oh, this is kind of creepy, and sends me this little video of what's happening. And so then she tries it again. It does the same thing again, and the voice goes roar, and the video just stops. Yes, because dramatic sleep-deprived teens have to hold their ground, you know. The next night,
I was at home
and then it just stops for the rest of the clip. All the way over here. So I don't know why that happened. I don't know what's going on.
So I am remaking this video, but in speaking with her, I'm now wondering, like, is this video gonna work? Is like, no doors were actually closed because we didn't know what the hell we were doing, and like, is there still some sort of entity here, and does it not want me to tell this story? So I'm actually a little bit freaked out in this moment with it, and I'm not exactly sure how to feel about it. Will an entity stick with you for like, 25 years or so, or will it get bored and like go away? Let me know. I would love to know. But anyway, that is my most terrifying story that I have from my childhood. Obviously, I have many, many, many more stories. My family, my entire family, all feels, experiences, sees, hears, whatever. Like, everybody kind of has a different gift. And so there's a ton of stories to be told. But if you have any stories, whether they're supernatural stories, spiritual stories, whatever the case may be, or like a miracle, or like an actual like human type scary story that has happened to you, please write in and let me know your story. If you want to air it, I will air it. If you want the names changed, I will change them. But send me an email and I will get those out. I will put them out there. So let me know what you think, and thank you so much for joining me at Mystery Loves Company. Okay, so as we segue into our next story for tonight, we actually have a gift that we need to open. I received a gift for my birthday not too long ago, and it came with an extra gift. It's called a mystery gift, and I was asked to wait to open it until the next podcast. So, Angie, will you hand me that gift right behind you? So we're just gonna go ahead and open it now so I can share this with my fellow misfits.
Did you get a box of dental chews? Oh, this is awkward.
I have no idea. But I just made myself cough really hard.
So she created this mystery gift for you? Or does
No.
she even know what it is?
No, she doesn't know what it is.
So they put it in this dental chew box?
They put it in this dental chew box. And then
Or maybe it came in
there's
this and she put it in there. to
another
wrap it.
little box. It's got a cute little pumpkin drawn on it. Oh no, it's taped closed.
Here.
Scissors. I've got scissors right here.
Okay.
Or a pen works.
Well, the scissors probably work better. I should have just let you.
It's okay.
Do
You got excited. It's fine.
Huh?
Don't cut yourself, Melinda. Okay. Boo.
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 This is scary.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I am a huge fan of Nightmare Before Christmas. Can we just look at this little framed picture?
You have more in here too. Yeah. Oh, that is super cute.
Isn't that super cute?
Yes.
Oh my god. We also have a very cute little keychain. That's adorable.
It's a boogie head.
It is a boogie head.
Do you know what those are?
I believe it's probably like...
I think I've seen them before.
There's the magnet for the refrigerator. My husband's gonna love that. He likes a clean fridge. We're gonna muddy it up.
Cute.
Oh.
I'm magical but dead inside. A half-dead
It's
unicorn.
a half-dead unicorn. Magical but dead inside.
These are
It's
cute.
like this person knows me. Oh, we got
What's a bobblehead?
a pumpkin bobblehead. He's pretty cute. And then I think that's with this taped down.
What a cute mystery gift.
Oh, what a fun box.
Oh, and then you got a pin.
I got a little pin that says, I am... What the heck does that say?
I am small and will cut you, but small is spelled wrong.
Small is spelled S-M-O-L. I am small and will cut you. And that's a
Cat with a
adorable little kitty cat with a knife. Well, thank you for my birthday mystery box. I love it.
Super cute.
Very cute. And hey guys, little quick clip here. I realized in all of my excitement the other day when I recorded the other video, I got too excited about my present and I did not mention anybody. So first I would like to mention my mother-in-law, Tammy, who got me this amazing present. This was the original gift. Don't know, that lighting. Anyway, I love it. I love it so much. Right up my alley. And she actually got that on an auction so Gus Fink was putting on an auction and he actually auctioned off this art piece and the artist is Emmy Boz. And I think it's amazing and I will absolutely order more things from her. But this was the little gift box that I opened up that had a ton of fun in it. And I also noticed that when I was doing the unboxing video, I was sitting there thinking about these little boogie heads and why they looked so familiar to me. And I actually have an old friend of mine who collects boogie heads, and that's why my brain kind of stopped and I'm like, why have I seen those before? So I have a friend that collects them and I think they're awesome, and now I have some as well. So I would just like to say thank you, Tammy, and thank you, Gus Fink, and thank you, Emmy Boz from Mystery Loves Company. Talk to you later. Bye. And now we'll get on with the next story. So this story is actually a personal story, and I named it The Man in a Brimmed Hat. This is a story that my sister and I actually experienced together. Actually, all of my siblings.
Yeah.
All of us did. So I'm gonna read it. Please interject. So when we were kids, we lived in a tri-level house that when you walked in the house, it was the mid-level, and then there was a downstairs and an upstairs. And so we have, there's 5 of us kids. Mm-hmm. So there's 3 girls and 2 boys. And we were all downstairs watching a movie because that's where the TV room was. And we all came upstairs. I believe we were going into the kitchen, if memory serves.
I don't remember where we were going.
I believe we were going into the kitchen because hungry children. And we all stopped at the stairs that go up the stairs. And we saw this man in like a Confederate.
Yeah, like a button-up Confederate.
Like a Confederate uniform. With a brimmed hat. Mm-hmm. And we all just kind of stood there and stared for a minute. Every single one of us saw it. And then pretty much...
Like at first I thought someone was in our house.
Right. Yeah, I don't think any of us really knew exactly what was happening until we picked our jaws up. Mm-hmm. And then we damn near tripped over each other trying to run out the back door. But my question is, now thinking of this logically as an adult, the front door was so much closer. Why did we run all the way through the kitchen out the slider instead of just boop, running right out the front door?
We were probably just already facing that way and heading that way, and it just felt natural.
It probably just felt natural, but there's nothing logical when you're a child.
They really weren't that far apart though either.
I mean, but we had to run around like the countertop to get out to the... Either way, I digress. We ran out the back door. And as we are all standing out in the backyard, freaking out, probably crying. Mm-hmm. I'm just not sure if we cried or if we were, but it was all the, did you see that? Did you see that? Of course we all saw it. And then we were too scared to actually go back inside. So it kind of became, somebody needs to call mom. And so you're going to call mom, because nobody wanted to go back into the house. This is pre-cell phone. Mm-hmm. And so our home phone was on the kitchen countertop, and it was not a cordless one. Like, it had a receiver.
Had a really long cord. It was almost pretty much cordless.
Did have a really, really long cord, and the buttons were actually on the part that stayed on the counter. They weren't on the receiver. So to make a phone call, you actually had to stand in the kitchen and dial. So it ended up being that I called mom. Wait. Before this happened, I remember looking up, and we were in the backyard, and you could see my bedroom window from the backyard. And I remember looking up at my bedroom window, seeing, I'm going to call it a shadow man because it was just dark and it looked like a shadow.
But and it was the brim hat.
It was the brimmed hat, and I could see like the outline of the nose. But I couldn't make out the whole, it was just shadowed at this point in time. And I'm pretty sure all of us kids saw it. You saw it.
Yes.
Right? And so then it became, nobody wants to go into the house, but somebody needs to call mom.
So it ends up, I don't know how it ended up this way. I ended up calling Mom. And I run into the house and I dial Mom's phone number and I go running out the back door with the receiver in my hand. And Mom doesn't answer. And so then it became a game of running in the house, pushing redial, running back outside, running in the house, pushing redial, running back outside. And I would say it was probably like 8 phone calls.
I don't remember.
And Mom never did answer the phone. So we're standing out back, freaking out, and the phone rings. And so run inside, grab the phone, run back out back, and, crying and carrying on, telling Mom what has just transpired. And Mom says, you guys are just scaring yourselves. You're just freaking yourselves out. You need to go back inside.
Yep.
And no, Mom, don't want to go back inside. Like, when are you coming home? And she says, I'm not going to be home for hours. Go back inside. And my mom is a very logical woman, and she also, like, if you argue with her enough, she's
just going to get pissed off.
She's just going to get pissed off, and she's going to spank you with her mouth.
Yep.
Is pretty much what's going to happen. So with all the arguing, Mom finally ended up saying, get your asses back in the house now. I'm done playing. Get inside. So, okay, Mom. Hang up the phone, come back outside, and stand there for a little bit contemplating.
Can we wait outside for 3 hours?
Right. Like, do we want to face this shadow man in the brimmed hat that's upstairs in my bedroom? Or do we want to face Mom when Mom gets home? And so we're out there debating for probably, I don't know, like
a while.
30, 40 minutes-ish, somewhere around in there. And all of a sudden, I hear my mom. We all heard my mom. And she came in the front door and she announces herself, kids, I'm home. And we're like, oh my gosh, Mom's home. So we all barrel inside. And we're all talking a mile a minute at my mom. And she's like, still has her purse on her arm. And finally, she's just like, shut up for a second. Like, I cannot even hear any of you because there's 5 of us just screaming at her. And so after a minute, we're just standing there quiet. And I remember looking at Mom saying, you said you weren't going to be home for hours. And she said, Mindy, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, Mom, I just spoke to you on the phone. And you said you were not going to be home for hours. And she says, Mindy, I did not speak to you. And I said, Mom, I called you like 8 times. And then you called me back. And she says, I don't have any missed calls from anybody. And I never called you. And so I did say this is pre-cell phone. Please know that my mom had the Zach Morris brick cell phone.
And a car phone.
And a car phone in her car. Like, she was super awesome. So that's how we were able to call her. It was pre-cell phone, but she had the brick and the one that is actually attached to her vehicle. So she says, I didn't have any missed calls. I did not call you. And in that moment, I knew that it was the shadow man. That's what I call him. I just call him the shadow man. I knew it was him that had called. I just didn't know why. And to this day, I cannot figure out why he wanted us back in the house so badly.
I don't know. Because I will tell you, like, I have felt evil, sinister things before. And in that house I had. But not from that particular... Like, it wasn't comfortable.
No.
It wasn't warm and fuzzy. But it wasn't...
The basement got me. The basement
all
always,
the time.
always
but
got
that
me.
experience, like, we were staring at someone, so it was scary as hell.
Yeah.
But he didn't make me feel like a pit in my stomach, like some other experiences had. Did he make you feel that way, though?
Not until I saw him in my bedroom window.
Yeah.
As a shadow man. That's where my stomach got sick and churned. When I saw him standing there as a full-bodied, uniformed individual, it was like, there's someone in my house.
Standing here. But when Mom said that she never talked to us,
yeah,
that's when my pit came.
yeah, because why? Why did he want us back in the house?
Yeah.
And why did he never make himself known again?
I don't know.
I never saw him again. So, probably felt him because we always felt.
There was a lot in that house.
There was a lot in that house. But yeah. So that is our little shared story from our childhood.
Yep. I think
One
I was
of
like
many.
12. No, I was like 13 or 14 actually, because you were probably 13.
I was probably
14.
13. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and our brothers, they were little.
Yeah, DJ was 3 or 4.
Yeah, DJ was just a little teeny dude.
Cody was 7.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it would have put Cammie, what, 12?
12.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we were small children, and it was terrifying. And I don't even think that to this day, I don't think Mom believes it. I think that Mom still thinks we freaked ourselves out.
Well, the fact that she called us and doesn't remember it, she freaks me out.
She freaks me out a little bit. She forgets things sometimes. But that's what we have for today. So thank you very much for joining Mystery Loves Company. And we'll talk to you later, Misfits.
Bye.
Bye. So, without further ado, we will jump right into the story.
Do you want to tell them who you are and who I am?
No.
Okay. You don't get to know.
Okay, we're going to start over. We're probably going to start over a few times. It's fine. Fuck my life. I just get... Okay, it's fine. I don't even care. I don't even care.
Hi, Misfits. It is me, your leader.
It is your leader,
Melinda.
the biggest misfit of all.
And my sister.
Okay, so I think that I think the way we're recording.